I had to refresh my coffee after what we just did. It's a 6-minute episode that we just hammered out? I say we go for like 52 minutes on this
Easy.
100%.
Look, if we're not hitting like movie length, we can go feature length. 90 minutes?
This could be like an independent film almost.
I'm in.
Indie film? We're going to shoot for Cannes this year.
Yes, we shoot on cans. That's how our microphone is. It's a can with a string.
Not the French cans, like tin cans. That's what I'm
next on Ugly Thirds
for. Tin cans.
Welcome back, sports fans, to another episode of Ugly Thirds. Today's topic is
New 2023 jerseys ranked deep dive part 2. John Strand, take it away.
So, there's many unhinged things, including the duration of the last episode.
Yeah.
But let's start with what we have here. This is every new jersey made for the 2023-2024 NHL season, because Phil bought every one of them.
You encouraged it.
I'm a bad influence. We've established this.
Look how big the numbers are in that jersey.
Visible in a stadium, obviously.
Obviously.
Yeah, Phil bought every one of them, all 25. And so we are ranking them on my great new technology, the ranking board. Phil, you want to go ahead and pan through these? Obviously, the S tier are superior. Well, let's start down at F and we'll work our way to good.
Oh, no, you're changing things on me.
I didn't give you a prompt in the first place, so.
I love how they're all off kilter.
Including how Phil is looking. Oh, that's good. This is good. The jersey cam is really... This is way better than analog.
Maybe with this, so we do go to Cannes in France.
We said that the Rangers' third jersey was completely pointless.
Yeah.
And therefore our only F tier one. Phil, you want to scroll? No. Too far. Would you just move the camera manually? Good God. D tier, Phil. We're looking at D. Oh my God. Oh my God. And then let's have Phil do a graphic. Let's do this online.
For context,
this is great.
Phil is using a stabilizer camera, a handheld stabilizer camera that worked beautifully at that game-worn Jersey Expo. But in this moment, it's been quite disastrous. So there's D tier.
With the St. Pat's, which was a silly cash grab and unnecessary. The Flyers, who are the beer league equivalent of their past self.
There's
Phil.
F tier again.
C tier. The Lightning and the Ducks with pointless jerseys that are fine. The only B tier one is Minnesota because they're still pining over that X that left them, but it's a good looking jersey.
Yep.
And the A tier.
Hope we got it.
Other way?
Stop moving it.
Well, because you're not panning, so you're tilting. So the Boston Bruins, we said the home and road were excellent. Mm-hmm. Phil and I liked the white better, so we gave that the edge. The Winnipeg Jets and their 1948 faux backs are fantastic. The Whalers, while being absolutely gorgeous, are stealing from Hartford, and there's just something that feels wrong about that.
Are they stealing, though?
I mean, they stole already, and then they're kind of rubbing it in. Neener, we have your team, and you have nothing. And then the S tier, the Bruins third jersey and the San Jose third jersey are utterly spectacular. They are superior, they are superb, and belong on top.
So, speaking of utterly spectacular and belongs on top, here's the polar opposite of that.
F is for fantastic. The NHL All-Star Game was designed by Justin Bieber, because he's still relevant in things.
I wish, he's Canadian, so what else did we have? Bryan Adams?
We?
We?
The Royal We?
So, once somebody on Reddit said, it reminds me of Kraft mac and cheese, that was it for me. That's it.
Kraft dinner, Canadian staple, and Canadian invention.
You literally lost me at that. These are atrocious.
Really bad.
And we don't have one customized yet, but I imagine you're going to get all 4 customized professionally from EPS.
At some point
Who
in the
wouldn't?
next 20 years, sure, yeah.
So, the thought process here is that we not only recognize the player on the back, but we move the nameplate down, and we use lowercase letters.
All lowercase, which is the only reason to get it customized. That's unique.
It is.
It's also a rounded nameplate.
Yes, you are.
Which is
correct.
rare. If I could get... Let's try Jersey Cam. Can you tell what's stitched and what's not?
Oh my god, I didn't even notice that.
Well, because if it was all one big stitched thing...
You can't. Keep going. Now north, Phil. North. Oh, there's my hand. North. Okay, you can kind of see it.
Very pixely. It's
yeah.
certainly not the visual zoom of the old Jersey Cam.
Not so much. So the crest here, the NHL crest, is stitched on. But these peaks here on the side, the stars, are sublimated.
Which, if it was all twill, I imagine it would be actually hard to move in it, but like...
Weird. You've got these stripes to nowhere.
And then they stop. And really, I hate these, because there's no patch that went up here, at least as far as I remember. Did they put a patch up here,
I thought
Phil?
they put the team patch up.
Maybe they put the team patch up here, but like this stump of one, there was no need for that. So...
I don't know if very many All-Star games these days especially are like, oh wow, they got that right.
Baseball's dropping the All-Star jersey.
Are they?
They're just all going to wear their home and road jerseys.
Gotcha.
Which in baseball, it's a slower moving game. It's very positional. Like you can do that.
You know who's on defense in baseball,
right?
Like, it makes complete
sense. The NHL Young Stars game used to do that, and it was just white versus color.
Yeah.
But how many people even watched? You know.
I need a patch. I need a Young Stars patch
really?
that probably doesn't exist anywhere.
Haven't looked. Never cared.
No. eBay in 2 years worth of searching has never popped up a Young Guns patch.
I mean, like, I have the thought of like you take the host city's jersey and you just put it in different colors and you change the crest to the regular crests like of each team. And then they didn't even.
You avoid this.
And they didn't even do the divisions. It was a draft. Which, why?
Yeah.
I like in this day and age. I just really feel there's no reason for that when you can do that in NHL 24 to your heart's content.
You look at Jersey Cam now. Thank you.
Wow.
I can see the difference between the sublimated and the.
Well, good. I'm glad you got
there. I can
there.
also see like imperfections in the stitching here. Like, why does this stop here?
So.
I can see clearly now the rain is gone.
So, go ahead, continue.
Okay, so let's chew through all 4 All-Star jerseys.
White, blue, red, and yellow.
Yeah, well, because they 4 teams because they tournamented them. Let's chew through them before we rank them.
Okay.
So if you want to, what's next? Throw it on the hanger.
Blue is
craft
next.
dinner. That's the craft dinner.
Yeah.
Which was worn by Toronto as the Austin Matthews team.
Well, it was done by division.
Well, okay, the captain was done by division, and then they drafted.
Right. Because Metropolitan was white.
It's not bad, but I craft like this.
It's better. This is McDonald's or Carl's Jr., depending where you are.
Yep. This is probably the best one on all of them.
And it's the most subdued because the gold is gold. The size of the star is made to be less of a splash because it's all gold.
Okay.
So obviously they're all F tier. Like let's just start there.
How do you rank them within that F tier?
I think the gold is the best of the bunch, probably followed by white.
Are you gonna put white before Kraft dinner?
Kraft or McDonald's?
McDonald's has got to be the bottom.
Coming down your way.
Oh,
yeah.
There
you go. Oh, look at
excellent.
that.
Well, we filled out that F column rather
luckily
quickly.
there are. We have potential.
What's the drink they compared it to as well? There was a line of energy drinks they compared it to.
Yeah, if you
Prime?
say so.
Not Prime. I'll think of it. Continue.
Orbits. There we go.
Yes, the kids remember. Well, Orbit's about as relevant as Justin Bieber.
That hurts.
He's been coming.
Oh, hey, the Flyers are back.
And again, with all the details in their things. Look, okay, so they did interesting things with the crests in these. There's a lot of jersey material versus twill. Okay, Jersey Cam. new and improved jersey cam. So-called new and improved.
But
get in here. Do you see that there's some of it is twill, some of it is jersey material, air knit. This is air knit. This is twill.
Is it that noticeable?
No, it's fully a detail up front for when you're wearing it.
And of course, when they mailed it to me, it was folded, so you can see it in the crest.
Nobody walking through whatever we call it, Wells Fargo or Wachovia or whatever the center is now. Nobody's gonna walk through and be like, "Wow, sweet tackle twill, bro." Like,
you don't do that.
Should I be doing that?
And then let's make the contrasting nameplate around the back, which honestly is dumb, and it's worse. Like it's better. I assume it's better when you have a number and a name on it, but like until you do, it's dumb. And if it's, you really shouldn't rely on that.
We keep putting the flyers in these outdoor special event games, and they keep producing the same jersey over and over again.
Like, okay, I mean, this is different. They've never done something
but
like
it's
this.
Terrible.
Were numbers on the shoulders? I think the numbers were on the shoulders.
Orange part.
Find me a picture. You don't have to put up a picture, but find me. But I feel like it was on the shoulders. I think there was even more things that like did make no sense.
You just get. It's like the Blackhawks in outdoor events. Like you just get tired because you know it's coming.
No, the black with the two exceptions.
Right?
Yeah,
Shoulders.
Of course.
The patch, the stadium patch was in the thing. So it was
what? No, that's not how that works.
And on
like,
one sleeve,
side,
then
yeah. But then some teams, I think, had it up here.
Is it F tier or is it D tier? Because like honestly, like they tried better.
I'm gonna put a D, but like a D minus.
Yeah, it's below their common road, but at least they tried something different.
Right there. Yeah, I guess
they tried something
I'm
different.
Exhausted by them. Is this
Speaking
the one,
of exhaustion,
is this the one, Phil, that you could not get?
This is the pox on his collection, the Fanatics nuts. How dare you?
But why, Phil? Why couldn't they?
Regale us, Phil. You want to even go to your camera? Tell us the story.
No, I don't want to.
Spin a yarn. Get angry.
I don't want people.
No, Phil. Phil, go ahead. Go ahead, Phil.
No, they didn't make enough.
Well, okay, tell
everybody. Did
everybody.
they make any to begin with, though?
Come on, go to your camera. Come on, come on.
Go to my camera.
Go to your camera. People want more Phil.
No, I want more.
Everyone wants more Phil.
I don't like looking at myself.
Don't look at yourself then. We're looking at you.
You're fine. Okay. That they actually asked the deputy commissioner, Daly, like, hey, what's the deal? Like, no one can buy jerseys for Jersey. And they're like, oh, there's some manufacturer issue, blah, 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 blah.
Supply chain.
Supply chain, so they said you'll be able to purchase them. I purchased that when it came out. I want to say the game didn't happen yet, I think. So I think I purchased it right before the game happened. I didn't receive it till June.
Yeah, I was going to say.
So it was like 3.5 months before I actually received it. And I'm lucky to get that because you had to get it quick. And there was no Adidas. It was only Fanatics that was available. And then the patch is on the shoulder, not on down below.
Yeah. So
they didn't have any blanks. So you had to get so many, or you can only get that type. And personally, out of all of them, like I kind of enjoyed that one out of the rest of them. Like,
honestly, yeah, it's grown on me, and I imagine those actual Adidas, which a fan of the show actually got one and sent us for a short. Yeah, I mean it was actually like a really nice. Like, oh hey, you want to see it? Here it is. Look, for New Jersey having so little to work with in their history, which is their own fault.
Yeah.
I like this, and I was told it actually was quite visible in person by that said fan.
I could see that. It's simple. It very much reminds me of the Flyers highlighter jersey. Like you leaned right into that brightness and then just slapped your logo on there.
You would think for how popular Reverse Retro 1 was with the green one, and you cannot find that anywhere.
You passed on one at that game-worn jersey.
Well, he
expo.
wanted. He was either going to do a trade or he was going to charge like $800, like an astronomical amount of money.
Well, he knows what he's got.
Well, yeah.
I mean, is this B or C maybe?
I'm gonna say high C. I'd put it ahead of.
Can we say
High C orange?
Can we say C?
Or fruit punch. It's fruit punch.
79.5 that rounds to a B minus. Like
He's saying high C. It's a fruit punch.
So we're gonna put it right there,
Yeah, no, that makes sense.
like way over there.
Like it's simple. It gets the point across. It is clear. Like it's compared to the other ones that came out.
Yeah,
I think you have to compare it to.
It
the
absolutely is the
Speaking
best
of-
of it. I like this. I bought this one, and again, it does some interesting things with the twill versus AirKnit. I think it's probably the most obvious here.
It's layered.
Sizing sucks.
Yeah, you can't wear them.
Well, that's
And
that's
for,
an Adidas.
for in
thing.
talking about Fanatics and being like, oh yeah, the Fanatics, and the number of people are like, well, Adidas is better than everyone else ever. Exhibit A, like these are like the sizing on these are garbage. But I think as far as the Stadium Series, where the idea is you make everything bigger so it's more legible at distance, they took their sleeve stripes and blew them up. They took the logo. They don't really have a logo. It says Rangers. Okay, how can we make it less? Either you do an R, which, I mean, the New York Ramblers were a thing back in the 40s. But, yeah, no, I think NYR is the way to do it. Like, I don't know how else you'd do it other than just NY, and the Islanders have done that a bunch. So, I like these. I think they did the assignment well, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah.
I think the only thing that would have been because the C and the A were the same font, I believe, as their third. I think those are the same. I think if they would have made the C and the A on the actual shield, I think that would have been
Yeah.
like the cherry to make it like really well done. But yeah, I can't wear mine right now because it's just like Tootsie Roll.
I honestly, low A tier. Like I
Wow,
mean,
going
low
all the way
A,
through.
maybe
I'm gonna
high
hand that
B.
to you.
Mine's-
You make that distinction.
What do you think, Phil?
High B.
High B.
Yeah, I think he's right.
Okay, I can be talked
They,
down.
they did the assignment.
They did the assignment well,
Yeah, I'll give you that one.
And then
as opposed to
oof. Wah, wah.
Isles.
if you can even see Isles.
Isles.
There it goes.
You should have a 60 people.
Like Rizzoli and Isles, the TV
Yes.
show? Oh.
And you know what?
You
The
guys-
only
Phil, did you get the Rizzoli one?
that's. I think I've had that dish. The only white in it is in the New York Islanders logo, which honestly, at that point, I feel they should have colored that in something different just to.
This
Just to
had
do it.
potential to be better.
There were a lot of concepts around this of just put the logo at center, put NY at center. They biffed it,
Yeah,
and so everyone talks about like nickname jerseys are gone. Well, there it is.
it's gone.
Nickname
It's-
jersey came back, and did it go well?
Well, it's nostalgia. People are like, oh, like, this was nice back then. They're like, no, it really wasn't.
Nostalgia to what?
People forget how bad it was. Just like the mullet. People think that was great. And
It's
Fanny
bad.
packs.
it's back. And
It's bad.
But like,
This is terrible.
it's terrible.
This is.
I don't know that it's F tier. It's functional, but
low
it's certainly
D.
D tier.
Low D. Like D minus. Like you barely, like, you cried for extra
You put
points
your
to
name-
pass.
You sort of put your name on it. Just sort of
You
put
got
your
the-
name on the
What,
assignment.
200 points to get on the SAT?
You put a nickname, and that's not the same as what it is in the grade book. So, on the other hand,
This was so far out of the box, and they nailed it.
you know what? When it came out, I was struggling when you ordered it, and I'm like, should I order one? It doesn't look that different from their regulars, right? It's got orange shoulders, a blue jersey, orange and white stripes. It's not that special. And then Phil got his, and this stitching on here is so dang good. You would
Yeah.
like,
And if you remember, I originally had gotten it without the number, without the player. And you're like, no, you have to get it with the player
because
that-
the oil
the
drop
oil
is
drop,
empty.
and the number's only on one sleeve, which we didn't know.
We didn't
Oh.
know. We filmed the whole video and didn't realize the numbers were only on one sleeve.
And if you got it from the store, which I did, like they actually put the patch on, which if you got it from NHL.com, they didn't. So
So can you get in here on this, and then the back stitching is so like here, and then we'll flip it over.
maybe.
Maybe.
So zoomed in.
Old Jersey Cam could have done it.
Be quiet.
pining over an X like the Minnesota North
old
Stars.
Jersey cam breaks, and you're like, well, no, it would be nice.
And then it's
if we could-
hilarious.
And we can actually see it if Jersey cam actually works.
Oh,
That's
nice.
stitching.
Oh,
and
look
then,
how nice and clear that is.
Okay.
Blah, 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 blah.
Pan over to the Oilers part. It's based on the Edmonton Mercury's who represented Canada in the Olympics. Yeah, this is great. See? Okay, now we're looking at good things here. This is great. Yup. Can't see the stitching anymore now.
What do you want me to focus on?
How about some of the stitching in Edmonton Oilers?
Nope, wrong one. Wrong one.
Oh God.
There you go.
Oh, good Lord.
Now we switched to 8mm film. Down.
I've got fat fingers.
Down a little. Little down. No, not out. Down.
Up.
No, this is great. Zoom in. The layers in the stitching and how much is there and how chunky the stitching is. Okay, zoom out so we can do the back.
Yeah.
I missed out on this jersey and I am genuinely envious. Like, I really need to get one of these and I don't want to pay $400 because that's what they're going for right now. Zoom in on this stitching, Phil.
This is where you feel like. There you go. Nice.
Like, that's great.
This is where you feel like if you're going to invest $279 to a jersey, you better be getting something quality. And this is
quality.
exceptional.
Yeah.
This for being a middle tier jersey in this Adidas system, like this was exceptional.
Yeah. All right, you can come back to us.
Am I allowed?
Now the Edmonton Mercury's were very much like this, and it had a laurel leaf, with the drop, and then they put the numbers in the front. I'm usually very against front numbers. I think that looks amazing.
Yep.
I'm ready to S tier this. I don't know about you.
Where within that S tier are you going to put it?
I mean, I think it's the low end because it's forgettable enough.
I like it better than the Sharks one.
Do you really?
I do.
I can see,
do.
but if it's customized, yes, and they all have to be customized.
In the end, is it that different from the regular Oilers look?
But the Sharks ones had plenty of black ones too. Like
I think it's the best of the Sharks ones, though. Like, of the black Sharks jersey, I think it's number one.
Let's stew on it.
If there's a poll one to be had, that's it.
All right.
Let's look at their counterpart.
Because I also haven't worn that one actually.
I bought one of these, and then I realized the player that's on it didn't play on the team that year. So kudos Adidas for making bunches of those, but at least it was cheap.
It's like my Florida reverse retro.
Yeah, there's a bunch of those. Adidas was really quick on putting those out there.
Strip this for you?
That's mine.
That's his, but like, take a look at the stitching. No.
I wouldn't touch that.
No.
No.
So, okay. So, in here, once again, the stitching is excellent. It's chain stitching here on the letters.
Well, look at that.
Wow, you hit it on the first try. Kudos.
Flam.
But look at the stitching on the numbers. Okay. All right, let's
put it to the test. Up and over. Oh.
This is like playing Lunar Lander. This is that Lunar Lander game.
It's like when you all got like mice for the first time for our computers. We're like, wait a minute, what does this do?
You know, playing solitaire was actually to train us for that,
Nice.
on how to drag and drop things.
Oh, there you go.
The stitching on that is what makes these numbers impressive. It's such thick felt. It really is chunky. And it feels substantial.
This might
Okay,
be,
zoom out so we can do the back.
This might be the best 1-2 combo for an outdoor game. Not a classic, but an outdoor game in general.
And keeping... Oh.
What do you want me to... What am I looking at?
I was just zooming out to look at the great stitching happening in all of this. It's such a good look. The one problem is that it's not very Calgary Flames, but at the same time it's not very different. It's bland. It's based on the Calgary Broncos. I think it's not the Cowboys. This is something I should know. No, the Wranglers could be right. It's like a WHL team from the 70s.
Are they the ones with like the hat logo?
No, it's not the Cowboys.
Gotcha.
If you're interested, we did a video on this.
We did do a video on this where we actually got all that info right because it was fresh research. It's Look, the numbers. This might be the best number kit of all time, but it doesn't save the jersey. I think it's a B tier.
I'm fine with that. I put it ahead of the Rangers.
Did we lose one? Did I lose one?
There's no way that a system this foolproof would lose any of these cards.
So
I'm gonna make a bold move here and say that it's good.
Did I lose one?
No, you didn't lose one.
That
we
gap
just
in
put a
C is
gap
throwing
between
me
them.
off.
Put a
See,
gap
for
in
me, I feel like as heritage, very regal and classic, I think it fits.
Yeah, very much so. That cream or that what did you call it? Vintage.
And
white?
also,
Vintage white.
Just when I bought both of those from both team stores. One put the patch on, one did not.
Scandalous.
I have to
Controversial.
get a patch for you to put on.
Controversial.
So this is the Winter Classic. Vegas was trying to look like a team from the 19 teens.
So I'm not one either.
I don't blame Vegas for this. We've put a team in a position to create something out of practically nothing. You put the Nashville Predators in a Winter Classic, and they come up with that like script thing.
Which was based on the Dixie Flyers.
They shouldn't have been there. Vegas should not have been in this
shouldn't
game. I get why, because they played Seattle, new teams. Okay, there's no hockey history there.
So I keep saying that they should have taken the reverse retro with the glow in the dark, the 2, and turned that into a white jersey.
Oh, that would have been good.
That would have been good. It would have been very 90s. It would have. I mean, it would have contrasted with Seattle trying to go back to the 19 teens. But at the same time, do they have to look like the same era?
Or even make
Have
the
they
letters-
ever?
Make the letters red. A white jersey with Vegas and red.
I mean,
make it like the strip.
No,
You can't do that.
you'd have to play with the color scheme. Like I don't know what exactly, but like those diagonal stripes with the little bit of the sparkly gold, Vegas across it. Even if it was this logo, there's nothing wrong with this logo.
No. But you have this Gerber baby
Food.
green bean corn combination color. The first outdoor hockey game was played in Las Vegas.
True.
It was a preseason game.
And look, and there has been the Vegas Wranglers
The
have been there.
Wranglers, 100%.
There's lots of history there that they could have played with. You change that cowboy to a knight, and you're telling me you can't make that work?
Yeah.
It's a silhouette after all. Like how hard would that be?
I don't blame.
There was a '90s team too. That's what R1 was based off of, and the name's escaping me. But like, and also, so okay, you want vintage, but like, imagine if this was the sparkly gold. Imagine if all this was sparkly.
Changes it.
It changes it. But to have vintage white and this gold, they're too close together.
Yeah.
It's no contrast.
This was bland, but I keep reiterating, I don't blame Vegas for this. They had to do this. Like, this was the vision. Like, we're going to take the 2 newest teams, we're going to put them in an outdoor game.
I feel that they...
Not a great vision, but they did it.
They listened to what Seattle was doing too much and tried to like, oh, okay, we'll match. Whenever you have those... That partner group, and they're like, oh, okay, I'm just going to follow what you're doing. And the one guy does it really, really well, and you kind of miss it. And you're like, but I was doing what they did. Like, yeah, but they did it well. This is that.
This is something I expect to see, like, at the Vatican.
If there's
when we go to Rome for a hockey game, this is what
if
you're
there's
wearing.
a Christian team,
It's
Pope's
just very,
team.
very blah.
I'm putting this at the end of D. Like, this
yeah,
is
no,
not
I don't know if
Worse
it's
than
the
the
end of
Islanders?
D. No, it's. I think
feel like
honestly, like it functions well. They didn't have like enough. You're not blaming them.
Yeah, that's where I was thinking.
Like, I'd even give it a C if you really wanted.
I don't really want to.
Okay.
And the
Last but certainly not least.
the other one, oh wow. EPS did really nice with this, Phil.
did I have that?
Yes, you
customized?
did. That is legit felt.
It so they went and tried to mimic 1917 Seattle Metropolitans, of course, with the barber pole,
Which you knew it was coming.
and there was a lawsuit involved.
Which
But-
I have one.
Yeah,
But what were they going to do with it was the $1 million question, and I don't know if they got it right.
there's a lot of when in googling to try find the picture to use for the card. which was harder than a lot of these, shockingly. There were a lot of concepts that did it better. A lot of them were light blue as the base. A lot of them used red in there much better. I like the logo. I think the logo is a great faux back logo. It looks very vintage without ruining what the logo is.
Yeah. It's
the numbers contrast well.
Yeah. For me, it's the barber pole that they're trying to build on. It doesn't lend itself very well in this instance.
Think too big of a barber pole? If they would have made it smaller.
Maybe.
You get small and then you get into Montreal's barber pole. Like there is a fine line to do this. They did look very similar to Ottawa's barber pole that we love.
Did they do the Metropolitans justice with the base design on this jersey?
It should have had red shoulders. It should have had it should have had at least shoulders.
That would have popped. That would have done.
Do you incorporate green anywhere? Because the original one was red and green.
Yeah, I think when this came out, I think I said that this should have been the reverse retro, and then they should have done a straight throwback, maybe with this logo on it.
It's a fair point.
Like this is reverse retroing the Metropolitans, whereas a straight up barber pole in green and red when it's the Emerald City, like I don't think anyone would have questioned. Oh, but it's not blue, but but look at it. Just look at it. Even if you made the stripes a little bigger for TV now, it still would have been. Okay. I mean,
it's C class.
Really, I think it's low B.
Do you?
I mean, this is pretty well liked. I think it's well executed enough. It's certainly not ugly.
Below, it's coming down here.
I like it more than Minnesota's.
Wow.
Sir.
Wow.
I just feel like Minnesota.
Sir.
Wow.
Minnesota's was just taking the reverse retro and adding a patch. So
they reversed the colors of the reverse retro jersey.
Well, they did that.
Reversed the reverse retro and then just threw a patch.
RR2 is the Minnesota one plus a patch.
Yeah.
I will. You know what? I'll take that argument. Be like,
so
there was at least some thought put into this.
But you know what? I got to put this ahead of the Rangers. There's no way that jersey's worse than the Rangers.
Okay.
There's no way. So.
Okay. I think it's a good list.
I think it is a good list.
Yeah.
Phil, can we pan through these?
Where would you like to start?
Let's start at the bottom, shall we?
This is where Phil goes up to the S.
Okay, hold on. It's very sensitive.
Okay, so in the F tier, actually let's start way back at the back of this because it's worse as the closer to the letter, the higher you are.
So
right, Phil?
Technically, the worst jersey out of all of them
is the McDonald's
red All-Star jersey.
All-Star jersey, yeah. So and then the New York Rangers, which. Even in that picture, you can't tell what the heck is going on.
No.
It's a muddy mess.
Who knows what that was for?
That's the F tier.
Okay.
Now up to D tier. And all the way up. Okay, the Islanders. It's visible. It's functional. It's more functional than the Rangers one.
I think it's funny that all the Flyer ones are all together.
They're just... Again, they're just the generic versions of themselves over and over again. Vegas, who... Just no contrast, but they didn't deserve an F. Toronto with why did you do that? But at least it passes.
I still see like the Mars Attacks head guys like.
So and then the C tier, which they're two functional jerseys that just miss the mark. There's certainly things you can do better in this. They serve a function, and I think we very much disagree on Tampa Bay. B tier. Hi. The New Jersey Devils Stadium Series is very visible. Good luck finding it. Minnesota is again that old X, and then you have some jerseys that are very well executed with not the perfect ideas. Is that a good way to sum
I'd
those
say
up?
they're on the cusp of moving up. There's just a few things that we would have liked to have seen different.
A tier. Now we're getting into the actual good jerseys. So the Whalers bringing up the bottom of the list because of the principle of the thing.
That's a me thing.
Yeah, Hartford should have a team. Winnipeg doing exactly what I wanted them to do, but like those numbers are brutal. And look, red and baby blue are not the best combination, but the vintage.
No, but it's historically accurate.
Correct.
Yeah.
This was a perfect jersey for my spirit day for the high school.
Good for you.
Because it matches their colors completely.
Boston, home and road with sparkly gold looking amazing. That's fine. Don't give away the ending, Phil. Phil and I insisted that white was better. Really, it's a superior look there than the home darks. Move up, Phil. Let's look at S tier. Yes, nailed it.
It's a sensitive button you got.
Remind
there,
me to
Phil.
get you for a claw machine. Look, that you want to talk the top 3 new jerseys? Like if we did the list of the top 3 new jerseys for 23-24, I don't think anyone will argue with that list.
No, I don't think so. They might swap 2 and 3, but
I honestly would put the Sharks first. Like really, I really think that is a perfect jersey.
I don't know. That
I
Boston
love
was
it.
So
I really
good.
it is so minimalist. It has a theme of the whole darkness and the night swim. It is a night swim jersey.
You know what? I agree with all of that. If it wasn't for how freaky the patch makes me now, just thinking about it, I'd probably be on board with that. But you know what? I can't unsee that patch now.
But now, and everyone's, they like anything from the 1920s. So like, well, Boston's not helping our reputation there. But I mean, it's gorgeous. It's gorgeous.
It was to do 2 of them and be like, you know what, we're going to do a 3rd one. And here you have it.
And honestly, it's better than their Centennial game one.
Yep.
They should have saved it for that.
Agreed.
So, that's our final list. Phil bought all the jerseys for this year, last year, and now we've looked at all of them, and now you got to buy all the new ones for this year, right, Phil?
So far, I'm 4 for 4.
Good God. Do you want me to mention the GoFundMe for Phil? Or?
Do we need to set one up?
There's a GoFundMe for Phil. Just look it up. Ugly Thirds Phil.
It's not.
It's not Ugly Phil.
Ugly Phil. Ugly Phil is the name of it.
How did nothing crash in this monster of an episode?
So we're at 36 minutes again.
Oh,
so this is our longest episode. This didn't
did
feel as long as the other one.
No, because we introed the video.
Anyways. So, let's wrap it up before this gets any longer. I'm John. He's Shrems. Phil, take us out.
Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button, ring the bell to get notifications when we post new videos, and come back for another episode of Ugly Thirds.
None of them fell off because the system is so good. And you put your last name on the back of this in case somebody mistook it for something else.